and today we're gonna see why breast milk is best. Okay, so first I would like to tell you about the composition of breast milk. So when I say composition of breast milk, it has the three types of milk. The first milk is called colostrum, next transitional milk, and the next one is mature milk. So why we always talk about breast milk and why is breast milk always best? Okay, so many of us have this question, why we lactation consultants and doctors and most of the mothers prefer breast milk. Why is that? When formula is readily available, why the mothers always want to go for breastfeeding? Yeah, let's check it out, why breast milk is best. Okay, so first I would like to tell you about the composition of breast milk. Colostrum. The first milk you produce is colostrum. It is a yellowish or clear syrupy fluid that's ideally suited to your newborn's needs. How nice, le? So colostrum helps speed the passage of the meconium. Meconium is the first bowel movement of the baby and establishes the proper balance of healthy bacteria in your baby's digestive tract. Because colostrum is rich in antibodies, it protects your baby from infection. It's also higher in protein than the mature milk. On average, you make just over an ounce in the first 24 hours after birth. So, which is exactly what your baby needs. The volume increases over the next few days. So, what happens next? Next is the transitional milk. So after making only colostrum, your breasts produce transitional milk, which is higher in fat, calories, and volume than colostrum, but lower in protein. It's also yellowish white because it contains colostrum as well as the milk. Next is the mature milk. Usually, by the end of the first week, you produce mature milk. This bluish white liquid looks like non fat milk and contains more calories than the transitional milk. So, the volume of the milk production increases substantially. Say by the fifth day postpartum, you make about 16 and a half ounces of milk a day. By 3 to 5 months, you make 25 ounces a day. By 6 months, you make 27 ounces a day. The composition of the mature breast milk varies from the beginning of each feeding to its end. So, the milk produced early in the feeding is called the foremilk. The milk released with let down is called the hin milk, which provides most of the calories and contains more fat and protein. Also, your breast milk contains more fat when your breasts are less full. How nice, right? As your babies grow, your breast milk changes to meet their nutritional needs. Now, I just want to ask you a question. See, breast milk can change its composition to meet the nutritional needs of the baby. Can any other milk do that? How amazing is breast milk, right? Yes. So, next, I'm going to tell you about the components of breast milk. And then we're going to see about the nutrient factors, what breast milk contains and what formula contains. So first, I would like to tell you about the components of breast milk. So breast milk contains vitamins, minerals, enzymes, hormones, and other components. So let us look at the main components of the breast milk here. So these components protect against diseases and promote healthy development for the baby. They include anti-infective properties, anti-inflammatory factors, enzymes, hormones, and growth factors. So, about 87% of the breast milk is water, which helps newborns maintain their body temperature. Even in very warm climates, breast milk contains all the water a baby needs. So, when we come to fats, cholesterol, essential fatty acids, DHA, and other fats account for half the calories in the breast milk, which are necessary for normal development of the baby's nervous system as well as the brain. These fats also aid visual development and enhance the growth of a special coating on nerves as they grow, which we call it as myelinization. Next is carbohydrates. So, lactose, which we call as milk sugar, the primary carbohydrate in breast milk, helps the baby absorb calcium, and it's metabolized into two simple sugars. The lactose, it is metabolized into two simple sugars, which is called as galactose and glucose, which are necessary for the rapid brain growth of the baby. Next, we're coming to proteins. So, when the primary protein in breast milk becomes soft curd, okay, so which is called as whey protein. It is a primary protein in breast milk. It becomes a soft curd when the baby digests it, letting the bloodstream readily absorb the nutrient. Casein is a primary protein which is present in cow milk and cow milk formula, which forms a rubbery curd that the babies digest less easily than whey, sometimes contributing to constipation. Next, we're moving on to vitamins and minerals. Breast milk provides all the vitamins and minerals your baby needs. Your caregiver or your baby's caregiver may recommend a few supplements. So, vitamin D is essential for your body to absorb calcium. Adequate calcium is necessary for baby's bone growth and the normal functioning of the nervous system. We make vitamin D when you expose your skin to sunlight, or you can obtain it by eating foods with added vitamin D or taking vitamin D supplements. Since appropriate levels of sun exposure are difficult to determine and hard to get in get in for us, so your caregivers may recommend vitamin D supplementation. Next, moving on to iodine. The American Association of Pediatrics recommends that breastfeeding women should take a daily 150 mcg iodine supplement and use iodized table salt to taste. The salt used in processed food isn't generally iodized. Okay, so iodine deficiency can interfere with the normal brain development. Apart from this, although in the past iron supplements were recommended to breastfeeding women, research shows that a full-term healthy breastfed baby needs iron supplementation before 6 months. So during the final months before baby, a baby stores up iron. In addition, the iron in the breast milk is highly absorbable. Fluoride. Fluoride is a mineral that protects against tooth decay. Only small amounts are present in breast milk. The natural water resources in some regions contain fluoride. Some communities add fluoride to their water supply, others don't. So, next, I would like to tell you about the nutrient factors, what breast milk contains and what formula milk contains, and what are its effects. So first, we'll move on to fats. Breast milk contains rich in building omega-3 fatty acids, namely DHA and AA. Automatically, it adjusts to the infant's needs. The levels decline as the baby gets older. The breast milk is rich in cholesterol, and the cholesterol is nearly completely absorbed. So, breast milk also contains fat digesting enzyme called lipase. Whereas, formula contains no DHA, It doesn't adjust to baby's needs. It doesn't contain cholesterol. It is not completely absorbed, and it has no lipase, which is a fat digesting enzyme. Okay. So, when we see about fat, fat is the most important nutrient in breast milk. The absence of cholesterol and DHA, vital nutrients for growing brains and bodies, may predispose a child to adult heart and central nervous system diseases. Leftover unabsorbed fat accounts for unpleasant smelling stools in formula fed babies. Next, moving on to protein. Breast milk contains soft, easily digestible whey protein, which is more completely absorbed, higher in milk of mothers who deliver preterm, lactoferrin for intestinal health, lysozyme and antimicrobial property is present in breast milk. Rich in brain and bodybuilding protein components is present in breast milk. Breast milk is rich in growth factors, which contain sleep-inducing proteins. Whereas in formula milk, it is harder to digest, which contain casein curds. It is not completely absorbed and more waste. It is harder on kidneys, no lactoferrin or only a trace, no lysozyme, deficient or low in some brain and bodybuilding proteins. It is deficient in growth factors, and it does not contain as many sleep inducing proteins. So when we finalize this protein, when we sum up this protein, infants aren't allergic to human milk protein. So next we're moving on to carbohydrates. So carbohydrates is in breast milk is rich in lactose. Breast milk is rich in oligosaccharides, which promotes intestinal health. Whereas in formula, there is no lactose in some formulas, and it is deficient in oligosaccharides. So, summing up carbohydrates, lactose is considered as an important carbohydrate for brain development. Studies show the level of lactose in the milk of a species correlates with the size of the brain of that species. Next, moving on to immune boosters. In breast milk, it is rich in living white blood cells, millions per feed. It is also rich in immunoglobulins. Whereas in formula, there is no live white blood cells or any other cells. Dead food has less immunological benefit. Few immunoglobulins and most or wrong of the kind. Summing up immunoboosters, when a mother is exposed to a germ, she makes antibodies to that germ and gives these antibodies to her baby via her breast milk. So how amazing is our body? We're just thinking like, we're not capable of. But, just think of breast milk, how amazing it is, and it is readily available in the breast, and you need not take any effort to breastfeed. Next, moving on to vitamins and minerals. So in breast milk, it is better absorbed, especially iron, zinc, and calcium. Iron is 50 to 75% absorbed, and breast milk contains selenium. It is an antioxidant. So in formula milk, it is not absorbed as well. Iron is absorbed 5 to 10%. It contains very less selenium, which is an antioxidant. So vitamins and minerals in breast milk enjoy high bioavailability, that is a greater percentage is absorbed. To compensate, more is added to formula, which makes it harder to digest for the babies. Enzymes and hormones. In breast milk, it is rich in digestive enzymes such as lipase and amylase. Rich in many hormones, thyroid, prolactin, oxytocin, more than 15 other hormones it is rich in. It varies with the mother's diet. Whereas in formula, it is processing kills digestive enzymes. The processing kills hormones which are not human to begin with. Always formula tastes the same, but whereas a breast milk varies, the taste varies according to the mother's diet. So, digestive enzymes promote intestinal health. Hormones contribute to overall biochemical balance and well being of the baby. By taking on the flavor of the mother's diet, breast milk shapes and taste of the child to the family's food. When we come to cost, okay, so breast milk has no cost, so it is readily available in your body. And how about formula? It is cost of the formula, cost for the bottles, and the other supplies that you're going to buy for the cleaning the bottles and the formula. So it is a lost income when the baby is actually ill. So think of it, when you're giving formula to the baby, just think of it. So I'm not blaming the mother who's not able to breastfeed the baby, who wants to breastfeed but is not able to breastfeed the baby. I'm not blaming such mothers here, but I would highly recommend to go with breastfeeding. So breast milk, we have seen all the components which are present in breast milk and how nutritive it is and how readily it is available in your breast and how your body makes it amazing for your baby, and how the taste changes according to your diet and how nutritive it is and how the components actually changes when the baby grows, and the nutrition component, everything changes according to your baby's needs. Breast milk produces antibodies and antioxidants when your baby is not well. When you're not well, the breast milk actually produces antibodies and antioxidants to protect the baby from such illnesses. So formula does not do all these things. So I'm not blaming any mothers here who are giving formulas. Kudos to all the mothers who are trying their level best to keep their baby, more healthy and more nutritive. Okay, so I'm just here to tell you about the breast milk alone. Okay, so breast milk is always the best for your baby, so give the best for your baby, and then you can just you know make a healthy baby actually. Apart from this, when you want to wean, so if you want to wean the baby, it's okay to wean your baby when the baby is 6 months old, because breast milk is most beneficial up to that time, but this information is incorrect. Okay, so breast milk benefits your baby for as long as you decide to breastfeed your baby. In fact, American Academy of Pediatrics recommends breastfeeding babies for the first year or longer. Okay, for the first 2 years, you can breastfeed. WHO recommends that. Making the decision to wean is complex, so don't make your decision based on others' opinions. You may decide to wean because you're ready to have another child, or you may decide that demands at work make it difficult to continue nursing, or you may have other reasons that you're ready to stop or wean. Sometimes the decision to wean isn't the mother's. Perhaps the child is no longer interested in nursing. So, when you decide to wean your child, here are some practical tips to make the transition easier. So, wean slowly to help gradually reduce your milk supply and decrease your breast soreness. Also, if you change your mind and you want to resume breastfeeding, you can rebuild your breast milk supply. So, first, cut out the feeding you and your baby enjoy least. After your baby and you have adjusted to the change, continue to slowly cut out feedings one at a time, leaving the best loved feeding, such as the first feeding of the day or the other that's part of the bedtime ritual, for last. When preparing bottles, gradually replace breast milk with formula or whole cow or goat milk depending on your baby's age. So I would not recommend cow's milk until 1 year of age. So use the comfort measures to treat your swollen breast. If you're thinking of weaning your child in the winter, consider waiting until spring to give her the best chance of staying healthy during the cold and flu season. So honor the time you nursed. Write your baby a letter about the nursing. meant to you, about what that meant to you. As you wean, your hormone levels changes, bringing about the return of your menstrual cycle. Expect your emotions to fluctuate as your body adjusts. After weaning, some milk remains in your breast. It gradually disappears over the following weeks to months.
Thank you for watching. For more such videos, do like, share and subscribe to The First Parents.